to I'm not your typical anorexic, skinny biatch. As you know, my whole thing is that I believe that women should be voluptuous or skinny or medium. It doesn't matter. Just be who you are. Love yourself. In this society, everybody has to be reed thin and young. Come on. There's all shapes and sizes, all ages. We're here. We're on this earth together. So let's face it. Love yourselves. Love each other. I know it's hard. Believe me, because people get on my freaking last nerve. But I try to love, but they're a pain in the ass. I understand. I was thinking back to how I started. I was actually, as a kid, going to Catholic school. Maybe this explains it. There's like a mark on my... Anyway, so I went to Catholic school. And I got to tell you something. I've always loved to eat. Even as a kid, I just... food. My mother was Croatian, and she made all this delicious food. I mean, as a kid, I was always hungry. Plus, like I said, I was raised Catholic. So when I went to communion, I always went back for seconds. It was so good. Father, give me another piece of God's body. I just was so, I loved the wafers, even though they were plain, and then I would get jealous at the priest, drinking wine, and, it's like, was God's blood or something, but what was so weird is that I actually had a crush as a teenager, as a 13-year-old teenager on Jesus Christ. It's true. Because I found him so handsome and sexy, on that cross, just like a rock star, and it was just, I know some of you will be offended, but I don't give a shit, Do I have to care about what everybody thinks? No. So I was just like, watching this rock star, and it was really weird because when I went to Mass, I used to have these sexual thoughts of Jesus, as much as I knew at that innocent age. And, it was like my eyes would start tearing, and I was afraid that the priest knew that I was having these thoughts, and I'd be like, all of a sudden there would be an eyelash in my eye, and I'd be trying to blink it out. It was terrible. It was just terrible. And then, I just always felt guilty at Mass. That was the thing. And then, of course, the nuns that we had, they made us feel even worse. And there was a particular nun, she taught English, and she was like, she looked very butch, I used to secretly like to call her Sister Carpet Muncher. She was just, now we're going to work on our verbs. It was just like so weird. And basically she, she taught, and this is a true story, sex education and handwriting analysis. Okay. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And then I remember another nun. She actually taught 4th grade, and she was very strict, and she always had this yellow color about her face, and I actually liked her because she never bothered me. I mean, she was strong. She was like a strict yellow boundary. She was like a wonderful mommy figure with a liver problem. You know what I'm saying? It was just very, very, she was very nurturing. And, I'm just thinking back to all those times, and I'm just so glad I'm me now because I get to be free. I get to do what I want to do. I get to, love what I love. It's just, do what I want to do. It's just such a freeing age. I'm 55 now. I just had a birthday. I'm 55. And I got to tell you something. I think I mentioned this in one of the other tapes. I've always loved snails, as a kid and as an adult because they're so free. Snails are, they just move their head. They're so fluid. They move. I just find it so fascinating. They're so in the moment. They're not worried about the future or the past. They're not working on their stupid phones at Starbucks while waiting for their coffee. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a different ball game with snails. And my mother, as a kid, she used to like to squash them and step on them, and she'd say in her Croatian accent, "They're going to ruin my plans if I kill you know, and it was just like she used to stomp on her with her big clogged shoes. So what I would do is I would actually save the snails, save them, and try to save their lives, you know, because I knew the world was screwed up, and I wanted to save the innocent, because as a child I felt stepped on, life's big shoe. So I wanted to save. That was my whole thing, is to take care of the ones that couldn't take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm an empath, you know. I'm an empath. I'm a very sensitive person. I may come across, you know, whatever, tougher, but you know what? I'm like jello on the inside, but I'm also very strong. I'm strong. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get like this just off the cuff. I worked on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so it was just, I mean, I even love snails now, you know, they're so cute. You know, whenever I see a snail on the ground and, you know, I'm afraid someone's going to step on it, I pick it up and I put it on a wall or somewhere safe. I can imagine what that snail's thinking. Bitch, it's going to take me 6 weeks to get back to where I was. I was on my way to my cousin's. But then they flow and they go on with their lives, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll finish off with this thought. You know, I'm finding that so many people, their neuroses is stuck with the idea of being afraid to die. You know, a lot of people are afraid to die. You know what? It's eventual. Everybody will. I don't care who you are. You will die. We will die. I will die. But you know what? I'm at the point in my life now where I'm not afraid of death. Please, I am so not afraid of death. It'll give me a chance to get out of LA. That alone is the prize. Let me tell you. It's like, oh, take me to the white light. I can get away from Ventura Boulevard. Oh, take me, please. Take me. I can get away from the 405 freeway and all the angry people on it. So, anyway, this is Charli Haynes, not your typical anorexic, skinny. Achoo.